let's make some investments. Hey there, my friends, Jason Ligo here again with Always Enterprise. And in this video, I want to share with you some of the key investments that you should be making in your business. That's right, let's talk about the key investments to make in your business. Now, obviously, I'm using the word investments with serious intent here, okay? Usually when you talk about business, and the associated costs with what it takes to run a business, people consider them just like that, costs and or expenses. And obviously those terms come with kind of a negative connotation. Not everyone is excited to fork out cash, to fork out money, but the truth of the matter is, and you know this if you've been in business for any amount of time, that you have to make investments. You have to spend money in order to make it. On the ground level, you may not need to cough up a whole lot of money to make something happen and to see initial results. However, if you want to scale, and if you want to build what is to become a sustainable business, then you absolutely need to fork up some cash in order to do so. The key, though, is to make sure that you're spending money where it is best spent, and of course where it stands to give you a decent rate of return. And that's why I'm using the term investments. So with that said, let's go ahead and give you the top 3 investments that I feel that you should be making in your business. And for the record, these are the top 3 investments that I've made in my business to help me see the level of success that I've been able to, and that I'm continuing to make in order to see that success not only enjoyable at this time, but also continue in the future as I scale my business to higher heights and to infinity and beyond, really. All right, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. Number 1, training. Okay, you had to know that word was coming. Training is ever so important. Now, as a business owner, obviously you contain and maintain the vision, and it's for you to decide what direction you want to take in your particular business. However, there are things that you can do, steps that you can take, people that you can learn from that can help you shortcut the learning curve, and therefore really, accelerate your growth in this process. Okay. All of the most successful people that I can think of can point to a coach, a trainer, a mentor, right? And that's why I'm absolutely big on this type of stuff. Not only because I'm in the information marketing space and these are products and services that I sell, but I've personally been able to see and reap the benefits of this very same thing. Me personally, I invest thousands of dollars every single year into my ongoing education, my ongoing training, as well as my mentorship with the certain people that I know can help me help take me to the next level. Okay, maybe if you I don't know how old you are if you're watching this, but if you can think back to the late 80s and the early 90s, perhaps you remember these 2 gentlemen called the Rice Brothers that were on all of TV's infomercials and top sales pitches, and they're amazing salesmen, and they were 2 twin dwarfs. Okay, and they're very, very well known. Just Google them if you're not familiar with them. But these 2 gentlemen, one of the things that I really picked up from them is what they said really accelerated their success to becoming these multi-millionaire tycoons was the key habit of regularly seeking out millionaires, rich people is what they called them, and they took them out to lunch or to dinner, and they paid for the dinner, right? That was one of the big tips that they gave at one of the seminars, training seminars that I attended from them. And I thought, that's really profound, right? Not only were they going out of their way to seek out successful people, but they were seeking to take them to lunch and pay for it, not the other way around. They would pay, as poor people, pay the rich people for their time, pay for their lunch. But why? It's because they wanted the opportunity to sit with them, to learn from them, to glean knowledge from them. All right. I believe that every successful person who would be successful and wants to continue to see success and growth, absolutely, it is worth your while to seek out mentorship and training. And again, you need to be careful about where you decide to receive this from. However, it's definitely investment that is well worth making. So number 1 is training. Find you some great mentorship. Find some people that you can look up to that can help you level up your game. Pay them for their time. Invest in yourself, but invest in their time as well. And I promise you, you will not regret this investment. Number 1, training. Number 2, technology. Now, this kind of goes without saying, and I know that it's kind of weird to be mentioning technology when you're watching this likely online, watching this is through YouTube or something like that. However, technology is one of those tools in your business that, especially if you're going to be in the online marketing space, you absolutely can't do without, right? And even if you're not online, if you have a brick and mortar business, right, there's machinery and there's other things and tools that you could be investing into that will help you run your business more smoothly, all right? But technology technology and associated tools, again, to help you make the machine run more efficiently, more smoothly. It's well worth its weight in gold and an investment that you should be happy to make. Me personally, there's about 3 or 4 key solid pieces of software and technology that I use every single day in my business, without which I would not be able to have much time at all, right? Certainly wouldn't have time to do the most important things, wouldn't have time to sit here and create content for you, and also probably wouldn't be able to spend much time with my family if it wasn't for these well executed and maintained tools that I have in place that I'm willing to pay for every single month. As a new marketer, all right, especially in the online marketing space, as a new marketer, I see a lot of these new marketers when they come in and I try to help them and teach them. A lot of them are very, very hesitant to make that investment to pay for this piece of software, knowing that that I show them my results. I show them what having this software is able to alleviate, what it's able to do for me, and I show them the dollar amounts that are associated with it, and yet still they don't want to do it because they're uncomfortable paying the amount of money that it costs in order to keep it running per month. And one in particular is I call it ClickFunnels. Right, ClickFunnels has changed my business and probably my life. I love that piece of software. All of my sales pages and my web pages and everything that I do is hosted on ClickFunnels. Right, I wouldn't imagine life. I don't want to think about life before it, right? When I got started, it wasn't around. And now I use that to literally streamline my business and deliver, capture my audience, capture my leads, and deliver my products and services, collect the money, in order to reinvest back into the business. ClickFunnels is an amazing tool, amazing software, but a lot of new marketers have a sticking point on it because it costs $100 a month, right? Or I think it's $97 a month. Let me tell you, if you are, concerned and you're hung up on spending $97 per month in order to receive a great return of far much more than that, all right, then I would challenge you to reconsider your priorities and your expectations in running a professional business. That's all I'm going to say about it. Make sure that you're willing to make the investments in technology, in tools that can help you level up your game and, again, streamline the process. It's amazing to me that there are so many different wonderful pieces of software, technology, robots, AI, whatever you want to call it, that takes so much off our plate. All we have to do is be willing to pay for it. All right, so be willing to do that, and believe me, you're not going to have any regrets in the future. Number 3, teams. All right, this is another investment that is well worth making, because one thing that you're going to find is that as your business continues to grow, as demand for your product or services continue to grow, as success starts to become the norm in your business, you're going to find that it's very, very hard for you to keep a lid on all of this and keep to wear many hats. You're going to find that you, as a single entrepreneur, even though that's how you get started, you really don't get to the next level unless you're able to grow. And sometimes that growth involves the expansion of responsibilities into other people. So this is an investment that is well worth making, and one that I would encourage you to recognize early on in your operation. Right? Don't wait until you're completely stressed and pulled in every different direction to where you're now seeing other parts of your business fail again because your attention and efforts are being spread thin. Long before you get there, start to consider who it is that you can outsource to, who it is that you can delegate to, who it is that you can take on and trust with other projects. Again, to take on these things that would otherwise keep you from maintaining the most important things in your business, right? As the CEO, as the president, as the face of your business, you should be worried about and focused on high income producing, high leverage activities only. Everything else should be loaded off to someone or something, all right? Going back to the second point, that you trust to handle this particular stuff, all right? So let me give you an example. For me personally, I do a lot of content creation on these YouTube videos. Hopefully you're finding value. Certainly the feedback has told me that, and I hope that you really enjoy it, not only because of the content and the value, but also the production value that's being put into there as well. If you notice, a lot of these things that I like to do, I like to perform a lot of my work to a certain standard. And so, there's video editing and there's video, cuts and production and all these weird things that go into it that I do not want to do. I couldn't tell you the first thing about video editing, right? I thought I wanted to learn it a couple years ago, and I found out it's a lot more overwhelming and a lot more, really just off-putting to me. Not really my cup of tea at all. But because I'm committed to providing value for you and my audience, and again, want my name in my business and my brand to represent a certain standard, I don't want to take a step back and not provide this value. So what do? I pay someone else to take care of it, right? And this is just one example, but I have several other people on my team that I have invested into, that I continue to take care of, and they handle a lot of these different tasks for me so that I can focus again on the most important things, which is maintaining the vision, controlling the marketing, and again, just the high leverage activities in my business. I encourage you to do the same. Now, it's going to take a while for you to get here, but again, once you start getting to this point, you'll want to make this investment sooner rather than later. There you have it, my friends. Hopefully this was helpful to you. Very simple today, but very powerful, especially if you take these messages and put these into action. Start considering now where it is that you're at in your business, what your future looks like, what you want it to look like, and start making your investments accordingly. So go ahead and make sure that you give me a like, a comment, a share, but most importantly, give me the subscribe. You know what to do. Also hit the notification button. That way you don't miss out on any more hot new content that I got coming down the pipe just for you. This is Jason Lago with Always Enterprise. I'll see you next time. Take care.